Good morning, everyone. So we are in Cape Town and everything seems to be happening. So just that I haven't had a look at the tracker at all. And this is a first for all of us right now. So I'm going to pull that up there, and it's often the best way to do it because we'll be exploring and discovering it live together. So here's the leaderboard. Simon's still out the front there. Tapio, Pat, Abelish, Kirsten, Damien. So the placings are still the same, and I can tell you now, outside here it's blowing a southeasterly, but it's hooking around the mountain as well. So and it's been quite windy. I was speaking to Rian, who's a local here. He's got a Lalo 34, part of the GGR family, and he's saying it's been blowing quite hard the last couple of days. Here it is here. So it's just out our window right there. We can see the wind on the water. It's probably blowing 25, gusting a bit higher at the moment. And the fleet's scattered because of all of these calms and fluky bits. But interestingly, speaking to, or as I said last week, if there's anyone that knows anything about approaching Cape Town, it's this young lady right here. And it's interesting to see, hang on, we come up. Interesting to see where Kirsten's gone. Now, this is critical, this is vital. And I think what you're going to see, there's every possibility that Kirsten may be, even without looking at the weather going forward here, the principle is that if you're approaching Cape Town, you need to be down here in the 40s. Now, Kirsten knows that, and I've got no idea why. In fact, I know why Simon's up here because of the weather he's just had, but you got to get down here. And just looking at this, Tapio's up there, Abelish is up there, Pat's coming down. It's every possibility that Kirsten will be first into Cape Town. That's my prediction without even seeing the weather, because it's just critical. You cannot afford to be up here. See what happens? You get there and how you're going to beat into this stuff. So interesting to see what's going to happen now, but that's my first take on it. So right now, Simon's doing 5.2 knots to the northeast where he doesn't want to go. No matter what you do, you know, if you're there in that situation with those winds, you've got to tack across and get down here. It's critical. Tapio's been suckered into the same game, and as I say, I understand why they're doing it. They want to keep sailing, but it's wow. I may be wrong, but let's just see what happens. It makes for an interesting race, that's for sure. So before we go any further, let's see what I don't know what the weather was yesterday at all. I didn't have the computer on. But I remember from the day before, you know, there was all that light fluffy stuff and very confusing, but yeah, let's just see. So we pull that across a day here into the first, okay, and here you got it, same thing. It's going to stay like that, and you're above the high, and Kirsten is below the high. She's going to, and this being the high, the trough, that's the predominant wind direction like this. And so she's going to be in a commanding position very shortly. It's quite surprising. Anyway, so yep, Kirsten's into the breeze straight away, and she's going to start coming down here. She knows where the high will be because of the wind direction here, okay, and she'll stay under that and keep going. So this is getting very exciting here. So number 2, this is on the 2nd. Same again, Kirsten's down here. Look where Simon is. Not good. And these guys as well, the highs underneath them. Wow. This is fun for me because I didn't see it since Saturday morning, and this is a real race now. Okay, go for another day. That's on the 3rd. Again, Kirsten's down here. These guys are going to have the wind on the breeze. They're going to slow up. You're going to see Kirsten come straight down underneath them. Okay, and I mean, there's still a fair way to go. That's the 4th. Again, Kirsten's down here. She's reaching, you know, she's on the other tack, and she's going to have following blasting breezes up the top there. And we go another day to the 6th. Okay, same again. Now the trick is to get across this little gap. You always get it somewhere, but if she's lucky, she might hold it. But anyway, I'm not sure where she's going to be. So that's the 6th. So that's, say, 6 days at 150 a day. That's say 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's wow. This is looking very interesting. I'm just going to do a toggle on this now. Get across here. There's 6. Yeah, she's going to be 6 days. She'll be right up here by that stage. Looking very cool. So I may be wrong, but I think you're going to, just on the basis of what I'm looking at there, there's every expectation that Kirsten will be first into Cape Town. Ooh. Okay, so that's pretty exciting. Let's just have a look at the back of the fleet, and then we'll go back to real weather here. Oops, sorry, too far. I don't have my mouse pad at the moment, but here we go. So at the back end of the fleet, get today's weather. Good breezes. Guy's obviously on his way over to Punta del Este. Ian Herbert Jones doing exactly the right thing, getting southing in this breeze. He'll probably come around a little bit on the way down. Elliot's heading due south, perfect, 4.8 knots. Nord's making 4.6 knots. So that's all pretty good. That's pretty traditional. Jeremy's stuck in a bit of a hole, 2.9 knots, and he's got. I picked up yesterday on the phone from Jane that. Jeremy's worried about his barnacles, and Ayrton's apparently got barnacles as well, so an interesting aspect here. And then Michael Goog, yeah, he's got a following breeze, not much of it, but he's still making 3.2 knots. Damien's caught up some ground, 4 knots rather, so that's not too bad, heading southeast, and sort of in touch as well. So just following the back end of the fleet now, see what weather they're going to get. Yeah, pretty consistent. Still got a northeasterly component in it. 2 days. I should blow that up so you can see it a bit better. Yeah, it's light stuff. It's not super heavy, but it's okay. And what do we got on the 3rd of November? Yeah, they'll be coming down here nicely on that. So these guys are doing okay for weather, not too bad at all. This has been the challenge here with that fluky wind over the last couple of days, but now you can see what's going on, so it's going to be very interesting indeed. Damien, 4 knots. Hang on, back to today's weather. We'll just do an enlargement now and see what we're going to get again. So in 24 hours, yeah, Damien's got this light stuff to come across, but Kirsten's going to be flying. This is a classic. It's quite exciting. Anyway, and Tapio, Abelis, same thing. He's got to get across this band now. They're on the wrong side of this high. So that's going to create challenges for them, challenges and frustrations. Sometimes it's interesting, I know how this works. If they're talking to each other on the radio, I don't know whether they are, someone asks, oh, where are you going, what are you doing, and then they think, oh, I'll cover it and go that way as well. But I can see Kirsten's running her own race right now, and it's paying dividends. So yeah, very interesting times ahead. We'll see what the currents are doing, and wave heights will be nothing, but currents, there's a few they're getting close into now. No, still not quite there. Kirsten's free here, she might run into that one, but there's generally a following current along the bottom, and then they're going to have to hook up through this lot here. Wow, Simon's high, that's not the best place to be. Anyway, wave height should all be down. Yep, you've got a band here with a southeasterly, stronger breeze, that's around 4 meters maybe, and this is all 2 meters. And temperature will be getting cooler now. Cooler, that's in the realms of 20s, somewhere in there, getting down here somewhere around 15 degrees, so they'll be enjoying the ride for sure. Okay, so that's about it. We'll carry on regardless. Jane's not here, she didn't get a visa, long story, so we're focusing on getting the job done. There's a lot going on today. We'll get down to the Royal Cape Yacht Club and look at the Zodiac, and we've got a group of 3 or 4 people here that are offering to help. Rian picked us up at the airport last night, which was great, about midnight or something, and now we just got to get set up today with all our comms and bits. So we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and wow, watch this space. I've just got a really strong gut feeling about Kirsten right now, and it'll be insane if she's first one in, but